So last night I watched the Super Bowl, and yes, I watched the halftime show. And the only thing that I have in common with the MAGAs today who are ranting and raging about Bad Bunny is that I couldn't understand a word Bad Bunny said either. But the difference between me and MAGA is I don't care that I couldn't understand a word that he said, because I could feel the love coming off the screen. I could feel the good energy coming off the screen. And I could see a man trying to bring this country together and unify it in one of the most divisive times we've ever lived through. And so while I may not have understood a word that he said, or maybe his music isn't my cup of tea, that performance, that energy, and the message behind his performance absolutely is my cup of tea, and I will support Bad Bunny to the end of the world for it. Because I would much rather sit and listen to Bad Bunny sing in Spanish, and no, I've not got around to listening to more of his music yet, but I plan on it, and I can go ahead and tell you right now that I would much rather listen to Bad Bunny sing in Spanish than I would ever want to hear Kid Rock sing in English. And I would much rather sit and listen to Bad Bunny speak Spanish and talk about politics and talk about life than I would to ever hear a word that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth. I think people have lost so much sight of what's going on in this world, and they're so tuned in to these reality show type formats that a moment like this went over so many people's head. This was a very historic moment in very historic times. And when people look back on this time period 50 years from now, 75 years from now, they're going to remember last night, and they're going to remember what Bad Bunny stood for in that moment. Now, there was a lot of interesting things that I learned later about his performance. First of all, that wedding that happened was real. That actually was a real wedding. And I don't know what it was about it, but as I was sitting there watching it and I saw the wedding, I said to myself, I bet that's real. I bet that's a real wedding. And I don't even know that much about Bad Bunny, but that just seems like the type of guy that he would be. And so I was like, I would say that was real. And it was. And also, when you see the businesses there, a lot of those were real businesses. One of them was a Caribbean social club that he featured. The Villas Taco Stand, that's a real taco stand. Then you had the moment where he gave the Grammy to the little boy. Some people thought that was Liam, and it wasn't, as far as I know. But I think it kind of, in my mind, and the way I interpreted it, it was definitely kind of leaning towards that, is how I took it when I seen it. But as far as I know, that really wasn't him. But the message behind it, the energy behind it, the showmanship behind it, the performance behind it was just absolutely top notch. So shout out to Bad Bunny, to Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin, and everybody that took part in that, because they truly did make American history last night. And notice I said American history. That's what they made last night. So to everybody saying, I tuned into the real American show, tell us you're racist without saying it out loud, okay? Because, yes, I have to talk about that angle of it. No, I've not watched the Turning Point USA alternative show. I had some people say